Princess K podcast show. Your host, Princess Kingsman. Okay, this is part 2 of the life path. Okay, the life path to life or to death. Okay, now, just like I was saying, you have to confront your emotional wounds, your emotional pain. You have to can't talk. You have to confront it. You have to confront it, deal with it, heal through it, cry through it, even if you have to cry yourself to sleep if you have to, because the next morning you'll feel better. And if you don't feel better, it gets better as day goes by. You need to give yourself the grace and give yourself time. Day by day, you will figure it out. If you're being genuine and being straightforward about your healing, your guides will be there to help you. I can tell you that I have a very, very powerful spirit team, incredibly powerful. One of the most powerful in the spirit realm. They're not to be fucked with. And they don't play about me either. And they have always guided me through my life, and I did not realize it until when I got to my adulthood. So connect, communicate. There are ways you can communicate with your angels. There are ways you can communicate with the other side without doing it in a dark way or in a dark manner. There are millions of ways to connect to the spirit realm. There's a lot of spirits that are waiting to communicate with you. But because we don't listen, we have so much distractions. We have so many things blocking us. TV, internet. I'm not judging nobody. Like I'm guilty of it too. But I get nudges. I get ringing in my ears like, okay, now it's time for you to do this, stop that, do this, do that. I'm being guided. You need to follow the guidance, okay? Whatever faith that you're in, you need to follow it, okay? I'm not a religious person, and I'm not religious, okay? I don't like labels. Anybody that knows me knows I don't like labels. I'm not a Christian either. I am a follower of the divine. I am a follower of the divine realm. Okay, I'm a follower of light. I'm a light worker. And that is what I recognize to be. Okay? Forgiving people that have hurt you. Forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you've made. Letting go. Being alone. I was the type of person that I hated being alone. I was terrified. So first time I went to uni, I was incredibly terrified of being alone. Because all my life I had been smothered by the people that brought me up. I was smothered by them. They always wanted me around them. They never wanted to leave me alone. I was smothered as a child. Smothered. Literally, no breathing space. Literally smothered. And it gave me a sense of security, or a false sense of security, that when I went to uni, I started realizing that being alone is very, very good. I started learning, but it was not easy. It was really, really, really hard. It was almost next to impossible. But I can tell you that I was successful despite the pain that I went through then. Okay, I'll talk about that on my project that I'm working on. It's called the Reflections. Okay, so I will announce the release date very soon. Before the end of this year, I will announce the release date. So being alone, okay, for a while, and taking time to yourself to think things through, making the right decisions, okay? You need to make the right decisions, because I have lived my whole life making horrible decisions. Very horrible decisions, okay? Decisions that did not benefit me in the long run, decisions that hurt me, almost damaged me. because of my own childhood trauma and pain and sorrow and grief and sadness that I've been through. Okay? Making the right decision is very, very important, because there are decisions that you make that you cannot take back. There's a lot of decisions that we make that we cannot take back. We can't take it back. We can't. There are some decisions that you can undo. There are some decisions that you can't undo. Majority of the decisions that we make in our lives, we can't undo it. That's why we need to be very, very careful of the choices that you make. Don't go ahead judging another person. Oh, you made this choice. How could you be so stupid? No, come on. Everybody has to learn. Some people choose to learn the hard way. Some people choose to learn the easy way. Either way, we're all learning. So you can't lash out at somebody for making a wrong decision, because we have all been there. So you have to give people grace. A lot of people, not everybody can handle what you're handling. Not everybody is strong. Not everybody is weak. You have to give people grace. You have to be compassionate. You have to be empathetic. And if you're not that, then shut up. Don't say anything to people that will bring them down even more. Okay? So you have to get used to listening to your intuition along the way. When you're on the life path to life, you have to get used to listening to your intuition. What does your body tell you? What does your emotion tell you? A lot of us were being trained and groomed and told that don't follow your emotions. Don't. Yeah, most of the time don't, because you could wake up in the morning and not feel like going to work. But because, you need the money for, a few other things, you have to go. But then you have to listen to your body at the same time. You got to rest. You got to take care of yourself. Take medications if you have to. Excuse me. Take medications if you have to. I take vitamin C every day. I try to take it every day, but sometimes you forget, and that's a normal thing. So you have to do everything possible to make sure that you take care of you. You come first before anybody. If you are ill, how can you take care of people around you, especially when you have kids? You have to be able to look after yourself. You have to be able to do things that will benefit you first. Then you can start thinking about others. Okay? And when you're on this life path, you have to grow, and don't let people put you down. Don't let people put you down. Don't let anybody come for you. There are some things in this life that you cannot control. You can't control the weather. You can't control how people are going to treat you, talk to you, either at work or at home or wherever you go to socialize. You cannot control that. So there's no point getting upset. Oh, she spoke to me anyhow. Who the hell does she think she is? No. If you don't like the way someone talks to you, the first thing you could do is, first of all, you calm down. So you don't say things that you're going to regret, or you don't say things you can't take back, or you don't say things that they will hold on to and be like, oh, I told you she's a bitch. I told you he's a this, he's a that. No. When you calm down, then you call that person to a corner and you talk to that person. You say your mind. I'm not saying be disrespectful or go on and blast out and you effing this. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you tell that person, the way you spoke to me is disrespectful and I'm not going to take it. I don't like it. Next time, don't you ever speak to me like that, in that tone again. If you need me to do anything, I will, but I don't appreciate. And if they're like, oh, so what you gonna do? I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just telling you to stop it. And if they tell you, no, I'm not gonna stop it, you're this, you're that, then you've said your piece. and you just ignore them and walk away. Because what they want is they want the reaction from you. Majority of people are taking, they carry their life issues around with them, and they are looking for where to distribute it. They're looking for where to offload it to. That's why you see a lot of people come into work, come into everywhere, and they start, putting their aggressions on everybody. Oh, this is not working. Oh, yeah, you. Oh, yes, this is that. It's because of what they are carrying. What they are carrying, they can't handle it. And the best way to handle things that you can't handle yourself is to take time to yourself. Breathe. Be in the moment. Breathe. Do mindfulness. Do some meditation if you can. Not everybody can do meditation. If you can't do meditation, try something else that works for you. Not something that would damage your health, but something that works for you to calm you down. Trust me, it works. It took me a long time to figure that out, but it works. Once you figured it out, it works. I can tell you that for sure. It works. So you have to be mindful. You have to be aware of your emotions, your thoughts process, your thought patterns. Are they serving you? Are your emotions serving you? So you've got to reel it in. And that's the best thing you can do for yourself. Self-care. Love yourself. Okay? I'll use me for example. I don't have the perfect body. Everybody knows that. Well, not everybody. Not everybody's seen my body. That's not what I'm saying. But I would not classify myself to have a body of a model. Okay? But I love my body. It's taken me a very long time. But I look at myself in the mirror naked and I'm like, gosh, you are beautiful. I love your stomach. I love your tummy, whether it's a big tummy or a small tummy. I love it. I love my boobs. I love my face. I love my chubby bits. I love my thighs. I love my bum. I love everything about me. There are some things obviously that, I'm still working on because nobody's perfect. Everybody has insecurities. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't have my insecurities. I do. But I'm learning to take control of my insecurities. I'm learning to be one step ahead. Being able to control my insecurities and not letting it control me. Everybody has insecurities. But there are some insecurities that are extremely bad, that it's not being worked on. Yeah. And there's some insecurities that you learn to be like, okay, well, that's my insecurity, but I love me too, so you gotta love yourself. You don't have to be perfectly beautiful. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in here. A lot of us, we make a mistake. Sorry about that. We make a mistake like, oh, beauty. No, work on yourself. Work on your inner life. When you work on yourself and you heal, it will reflect. Because as above, so below. As within, so without. There's good and bad spirits everywhere. You can't. There's good and bad spirits everywhere. There's good and bad people everywhere. It doesn't matter what nationality they are. We are all different. Okay? So you need to learn to love yourself. Listen to your intuition. We all have intuition. We're all psychic. We're all connected. We are all connected. Hence the reason why there is a tree of life that represents every single person is connected. We are all connected, whether you choose to believe that or not. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there for today, and I'm going to continue, all right, on the life path to death. Okay? So stay tuned for part 3. All right. I love you always, and goodbye for now.